Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here and welcome back to Sam'sTrains Live. God, it seems like a long time since we have done this. I come at you 3 times a week through the world of pre-recorded video, but I never get to actually talk to you live. It's so strange. It's like I'm in an asylum or something, you know. I spend all day talking to myself and nobody talks back. But today that is different. How is everybody doing? I need to do these streams more often. Welcome. If anybody wants a shout out, you jump in that chat and I will do it. Keep putting it in there until I see it, if that's what you want to do. Anyway, I've got lots to do today. I'm obviously going to be running live trains and I'm going to do requests. If you want to know how to submit a request, I will explain in just a second. I'm going to be talking about various models that I'm excited about, and I want you to talk about the models you're excited about as well. So when we get to that, pop all this in the chat and I want to talk about what you're interested in as well as what I'm interested in. Maybe one and the same, it may not be. It could be interesting. And I'm going to be giving away some models as well. So I am going to be taking requests today. So if you like the channel, you want to support it, and maybe you just want to see a train run on the live stream, use the little $sign down there. That's the super chat. Donate £5 or the equivalent and you can choose whatever train I've got in my collection, as long as it works. I think most of them work. And I will run it on one of these streams for your 5 minutes of fame. I will also be picking what I think is the most creative request of the evening, and then the person that submitted it can choose any of these wagons. So I've got a choice this series, and I've got stock. Look at this, I've got stock on most of these things. So I've got a Hornby Challenge wagon, Oxford Rail North British wagon, a Hornby Coca-Cola wagon, Bachmann N-Scale Open wagon, an Oxford Ricket wagon. What a marvellous name for a wagon, just what you want to be reminded of, isn't it? Rickets. And a Headley's wagon on the end there. So I'll choose the most creative request of the day, and then you can get back to me and let me know which one you want for today's stream. So keep those coming. Also, if there's any birthdays in the house, you can submit a super chat for any amount and I will play my horrific birthday song. So you can do that for yourself, or you can inflict it on somebody else if you want to. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Thank you so much to the super chats. If I do miss any of them, don't worry, I will read through them all at the end. But I saw the one from Sideways. I saw the one from Hendrick Motorsports Fan. Can you run Bachmann James pulling a Royal Train? Yeah, I can do that. Who else have we got? We've got Peter I've chosen the first name I've chosen. I can't pronounce. Ruxinus. That can't be right, but I tried to say it. Eggs Trains is here. The Stockton Flyer. Thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate that. Glenn Woods is in the house as well. I last did a public live stream on Barrowium's birthday. When was that? If that's not a personal question, because I was trying to remember when the last stream was. Hello, Sammy, says Vodina Cat. That's a bit, we're getting a bit familiar there, mate. That's all good by me. Philip Bender, nice to see you, Mr. Bender. Very nice. Jazz is here as well. ECD Railroad Road, thank you very much. He wants to see the Caledonian 812 with Donald and Douglas. Gosh, I can't believe, I don't think that's been done before, but it makes sense, doesn't it? I should have done that before now, but I will be doing. Georgian Trains, thank you so much for your support. Mega Train Lover, hello. Hope you're well. I am. Hope you are as well. Can I have the TT scale Class 50 hauling coaches? Well, I guess you got the first TT scale request in, but yeah, I can do that. A2020, can we see the USRA Mikado with coal hoppers and the Conrail Caboose? I'll have to dig those out. No problem. Yo, Sam Mate says Fox Hill Railway. Yo, how's it going? That was strange coming out of my mouth. Yeah, you can have a shout out. Jack's Trains, there you go. Williamtown, yeah, I saw yours, no problem. Oh, Aidan Joyce's birthday is in 2 weeks. Ah, there you go. Get super chatting. I'll have to ruin your birthday with my birthday song. Train Boy, thank you so much. Can you run the Flying Scotsman? You see, that's a classic. With Gordon pulling the Express. And can you give me a shout out? Well, I'll get to the request. Shout out right away. So there's Train Boy. Hope you're having a great day. Too Much Toby says greetings. What? How could you have Too Much Toby? That doesn't make sense. And Ozawa, has a birthday in 2 weeks as well, so happy birthday for 2 weeks' time. I'm doing these streams every Friday at 5 p.m, so if it's 2 weeks to the day, I might even be able to talk to you on your birthday. It's nice to see so many people back again, says Beaglington. It is nice. Like I say, I don't get to actually talk to people kind of live. The only times I get to do it is on a live stream like this and like at an exhibition, which I do about one a year of. The rest of the time I'm literally talking to myself, and sometimes I wonder if it's sending me insane. So thank you for coming to these streams, and no pressure, but if you don't come to these streams, I might just lose my mind. So there you go, just so you know, just throwing it out there. Oh, Buster number 15. Yo, I love this channel. What's your favourite engine? Ooh, my favourite engine at the moment, I don't even remember. It might have been the C1 Atlantic. It flips and flops. I think at the moment it's a toss-up between the C1 Atlantic and the Dapol Hawthorne Leslie. Oh, that engine is just incredible. Let's see. Good day, ThomasMan09. Good day. Hope everything's well with you. Rams fan, do you have anything in Central Trains livery? I'm not the right person to ask. I don't think so, but if somebody in the chat knows of something I've got in that livery that I've forgotten about, pop it in the chat. I'll probably miss it, but hopefully the guy that asked will spot that, Mr. Ram or whatever it was, and you can let me know. I'm not too sure. Will I be at the NEC next weekend, says Max Thrust RC. Yes, all being well. Me and Chloe have tickets, so we shall be there, hopefully on both days. And yeah, it's going to be the new Wally, which I'm not supposed to call it, but you know, everyone's going to think that it's Wally because it's in the same place and it's on the same day and it's in the same hall. So yeah, we're going to be there, and apparently it's going to be bigger and better than Wally ever was. So if that's true, I've not heard that officially, but if that's true, then it's going to be something. So yeah, get yourself tickets, get yourself to the NEC next week. I was there this morning, in fact, at the NEC, but not for anything to do with trains. Anyway, right, let's run some trains then, because that's what we're all here for. So I've got some that people have asked to see. So we have Sideways66779, who has sent in a super chat today, but this is one that was from a while ago, who wanted to see the Great Central A5 with matching Genesis coaches and a couple of Tidmouth milk tankers. Now, what's this about? I've had like 4 requests recently asking for the Tidmouth milk tankers. I don't think I've ever been asked to run those in the whole 10-year history of the channel, and suddenly like 4 different people too have been asking for them. You're going to see them quite a bit in the next few streams. Does anybody know why? Is there any significance to Tidmouth milk tankers at the moment? Or is it just a frightening coincidence? I don't know. J&W Studios wanted to see... Oh, for goodness sake, hang on. One of the Genesis coaches has derailed. I'll show you in a second. J&W wanted to see the Rapido line with the best Era 1 rolling stock, so I've been a bit sort of big-headed, and I've put my own on. And then John C. wanted to see the Bachman Edward with 2 troublesome trucks, a flatbed, so I've chosen the Ellis Clark Lomac, a hopper. I've forgotten I'd got that LNER hopper, so that was a nice surprise. And that doesn't sound too good. Is it just noisy? I don't know. And a brake fan at the back. Right, let's see if the cameras are going to work today, because this computer was being a bit of a nuisance earlier. I was trying to set up the stream. I don't know what happened. I plugged the fairy lights in behind the computer desk, and when I came back to the computer, it had done the blue screen of death, which means it had crashed. And then it happened again. I don't know why. So I'm not really sure how fairy lights could have influenced the computer. But it could have just been a coincidence, I suppose. What's happening here? I can hear something off. It's that Genesis coach. That's odd. I'll have to have a look at that. Oh, yep, it's off again. That's weird. I wonder if the centre wheel isn't on properly. But now you see we're in a pickle because they've gone behind the bookcase. And if it goes wrong there, then I can't get it. And it looks like it is doing. Goodness me. Right. Let's see if I can get it to safety. It's probably going to all go wrong on these points, which you can't see. Let's see if I can assist. Yep, it's gone wrong. Oh, I wonder. Yep. The centre wheel's not on. Also, one of the coupling hooks appears to have dropped off. That may cause a problem. It may introduce a certain imbalance. I don't know. Let's put this light on. Whoa, look at that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, welcome back, I guess. Welcome back. I ran that train earlier when I tested this stream, and those coaches did not derail. So I think what we'll have to do is a second run, a second lap, and we'll see what happens. Windy Boys, can I have a free train? I'm biggest fan, please. If I had all the money and all the trains in the world, I would totally send you one tomorrow. But unfortunately, I don't. But I can certainly give you some tips on what trains to buy if you are interested in some. Yeah, sorry about that. Right, let's see if we can actually spot any issues this time. It happened about here before. I think there's something slightly spooky afoot. I think it's the phantom of the live stream because, like I say, things work perfectly. I can test it as long as I want. I tested the computer stuff this morning, all perfect. When it came to switch it back on again for the streams, all sorts of crashing and fairy lights causing problems and stuff, which sounds very made up, but it's not. It really did happen. And there goes Edward, working a bit better. There's been a lot of mention about Rebecca in the chat. Is that something people are looking forward to? Apparently the Bachmann Rebecca's on the way soon. And I don't know, is that something people want to see me review? I can try and get one if so. All right, Edward, quit while you're ahead, my dude. In fact, what I might do is take some of this train off because I don't think anybody else has asked for these things. There's the Ellis Clark Lomac. Nice heavy bit of rolling stock. Okay. I have to say, it is quite convenient because obviously for a live stream, I would have to put all the wheels on if I was going to use the Rapido one or run it without the wheels. But because the Ellis Clark one is pretty heavy without the wheels, it's I figured it was probably the best flatbed to use on a live stream because it's reliable. And sure enough, it did not derail, and I can tempt fate by saying that now because I've stopped them running. So that's all excellent. Anyway, let's do some shout outs. Does anyone want to shout out? Did I miss anybody a moment ago? Do let me know. And we'll talk about some of the models we're looking forward to. So if there's any new releases, it doesn't have to be a new release. Perhaps it's something that you're going to get for Christmas or you're going to save up for and buy soon. If you're excited about any particular model, let me know down in the chat and we can talk about it. There might be something we can figure out together. I don't know. How ironic that Edward is removed after people talking about Rebecca. You mean my Edward removed from the track? I don't know. But yeah, lots of people talking about Rebecca. It looks good from what I've seen. I'm not an expert by any means, but from what I can tell, it looks pretty spot on. I don't know whether old school Thomas fans particularly like Rebecca. Is that fair to say? I don't see a lot of fondness for Rebecca, but so will it be a big seller? I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Again, let me know. The Westerner says you missed my super chat. Yeah, like I say, don't worry, I will go through and read them all at the end, so I will not miss it. I'll spend all the time I need to reading those. Right. Oh man, the chat's suddenly gone real quick. Would you ever review a Belgian engine, says the Belgian train enthusiast. Now that's a good question. I don't know of any Belgian engines. Are there any? Who makes them? And are there any that you would recommend? Please get back to me on that. You might have to email me because the chat's flying now. But yeah, that's totally. I would never say no to anything unless it costs too much, which it probably would. But I could still look into it if it's interesting. Charlie likes trains. I have not got any wind-up Thomas and Friends stuff, but I wouldn't mind one of those wind-up Thomases. That would be pretty good. William Babcock's most excited about the James May gin wagon. I saw that actually, that is very awesome. James May, of course, got long-standing connections with this hobby, so quite cool to see a wagon in his name. Do you get some gin with it? No, surely not. They probably couldn't do that, could they? I don't know, but it's cool. Anyway, it's cool. Captain Bayer, sorry for the pronunciation. I'm not going to lie, I hoped we hadn't seen the railway room for a while because, oh, it's moved. I'd hoped you'd overhauled it and had a proper layout built in a redecorated room. Kind of sad to still see them on the carpet. Come on, man. Yeah, but that's fair, that's fair. I mean, I do upload videos every week, so I guess there have been clues that there hasn't been a renovation. But no, the plan is one day, and goodness knows how long it's going to take, super chats, Chloe and I are trying to save up for a place of our own, and then I'll be able to build a proper railway, which hopefully will not be on the floor. But obviously, until then, there'd be no point spending all that time doing that here when I'd have to move, and there'd be no way to move it if I built it up here because the entrance to the room is up a ladder and the hatch is about that wide. So it doesn't make sense at the moment, but yeah, it'll happen. And thank you for your super chat. That will definitely, I will save that and I will put it towards something to do with the layout when that happens. Anyway, what am I excited about? Well, let me show you some of this stuff. So the first thing is this. Now, bear with me because this looks boring. It looks like just another Peckett livery, but it's Lady Cornelia, and take note of the colour of this engine because this is the photo from the Hornby listing, right? I think this model's actually out now. I think it's been released, but before it came out, Hornby posted some photos of the actual model. And I have to say, when I saw those photos, I wasn't excited about the loco before, but when I saw the photos, I thought, my goodness, this looks incredible. So you ready? I'm going to show you what the actual model looks like. This is the listing image. And here is the actual model. How much more awesome does that look? So the colours look richer, the green is deeper. I think it looks so much nicer and more elegant. So I don't know if I'm going to buy one because I did promise I wouldn't review another Peckett, and I don't think anyone would watch it if I did. But this is the closest I've been to buying, what is it, like a 5th Peckett or something like that. So yeah, I thought that was well worth showing because how crazy that it looks so different in the listing images. So yeah, that's one thing. I don't know what, does anybody else think that? Like, it took my breath away when I saw it. I thought, well, that's not Lady Cornelia, is it? I don't know. Can I have a shout out for Charlie from Peterborough? Says Mallard 4468. Yes, there you go. Charlie from Peterborough. Good evening, greetings. Gatherley Model Railway, please can I have a shout out because I am your ATOL approved biggest fan. Thank you so much. Also, there is a Heljan Class 57 for cheap at rails. Good fun to laugh at that one, really. I don't know if I'm on board with that. Maybe though, maybe I should. The Westerner, thank you so much. Could you run a consist of locos and wagons? Dapol Leslie 040, then wagons of different eras going through the ages, and on the other end, a Dapol 68. I love it. A timeline train, if you will. That's epic. And yeah, Charlie Trains, I did know that Hornby made an 040 version of an electric Thomas. I don't believe I have one though. Wasn't that the Beatles engine I looked at, or is that a different one? No, that's a different one, isn't it? I'm not too sure. I'm a bit foggy on that. If I don't own a model, I don't know anything about it, because what happens is when I come to make a video, I research the model, so then I know all about it. If I've never done a video on a certain engine, I've not got a clue. So that's, I can't pretend to know. I mean, sometimes I read for interest, but I don't think I've read about that one. Yes, it does, Azuma. It does look a bit like LSWR green, doesn't it? Yeah, it's an interesting livery, that. Anyway, what else have we got? So I was also excited, of course, to learn that the Jones goods are coming. Obviously, you know, we've seen the samples. We've known that they've been in a sort of advanced stage for a while, but I don't know. It still surprised me. I read in Rapido's latest newsletter that I think by now they should actually be on the ship from China coming over to this country, which means, well, they're saying that the model's going to be here before Christmas, Q4 2024. So it could be a matter of weeks before we get hold of these. So that's really exciting. I don't know, does anybody care about that? I do. I'm really, really excited for it. I mean, it's a very obscure prototype, and it's awesome that Rapido have done this. I just hope that it works out for them. I hope people buy it and that there is an interest for it, because I want to see more like this. I want to see more odd prototypes. So personally, I'm excited for this, but I'm also excited for what it could mean if this is a success and Rapido decide to do more sort of Scottish engines. I don't know, look at all the Caledonian engines that they could do. Why haven't we got sort of a big Caledonian tank engine, for example, in 00? There's so much that could be done. So yeah, let's hope there's an interest in Scottish engines. The other thing that apparently is on the way soon as well is locomotion. Yeah, locomotion number 1. Again, it seems that we've only just been seeing like engineering prototypes and the first running sample and stuff. Apparently these are on the way as well, and that is so exciting. It's a model that I've looked at so much, but it's not something I've actually seen with my eyes yet. I don't think there was a sample at Worley last year. No, I don't think so. So again, this is something I've only seen photos of, so it's crazy to me that this model is apparently going to be here very, very soon. A lot of people talk about bananas here. Are we talking about the Jones Goods, a banana on rails, says Michael White. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. It's quite banana-y. There are some other liveries besides the yellow, though, I should point out. Yeah, Sam'sTrains locomotion does look amazing. This is not a photo of the model, I don't think. I believe this is a render, but the actual photos of the model do look good as well. I don't know if they've showed photos. There was a video of the real thing anyway. So that can't have been a render. That was definitely real footage, and it did look good. So, and David Mollin, I hadn't considered that actually. He said, I can imagine taking it apart will be a pain. Yeah, it will, won't it? It will. I wonder if those side rods will just clip off. Hopefully that's how it works. It'd be nice if they were sort of magnetically attached or something like that. Because, I don't know, how are you going to chip that? Maybe there's wires going into the tender, maybe the socket, the DCC socket's in that water tank, I would guess. Because if it's in the loco, they would have had to have come up with a clever way to install DCC. This is the kind of stuff I want to know. This is why I'm excited about the model, because like I say, I've seen the basic photos and footage of it running, but I don't know exactly how this thing's going to be sort of assembled and made. This is a loco, the likes of which we've never ever seen. So yeah, that's just, it's unbelievably exciting. Right, let's go through some of these. The other thing, I don't know if excited is the right word for this, but this is the Heljan Tango, which is a famous loco on my channel about these parts because of how absolutely naff it was. And I find it really strange that Heljan have decided to spend the money on upgrading these and re-releasing them, because if anybody remembers last time, it was a while ago, probably 5 years or more, the retailers could not shift them. They were stuck in stock. The prices were slashed in half. I bought mine heavily reduced. It was a real labour to get them shifted. So the fact that Heljan have now announced a massive range of them, there's loads of liveries that we've not seen before. There's a great photographic grey, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, it's brave. It is brave. And of course, the success or failure of the Tango is going to depend on whether they've actually improved it, because it's not cheap. I don't know what the price is, and I'm live, so normally I would research it, but it's not cheap. It is very expensive, so it's got to match other models of a similar price if I'm going to be impressed by it. So yeah, I don't know if excited is the right word. Probably nervous is the word I would choose, but certainly interested to see how that's going to turn out. And the other thing worth mentioning, again, I don't know if this is not a model, but it's the Hornby Black 5 sale. Now, I got an email a few days ago to say, shh, these sales aren't supposed to be live yet, and I got a secret code for Black Friday, although I'm sure everybody that signed up will have gotten the same thing. But apparently they've changed their mind on that, because today, it's not Black Friday today, is it? They must have gotten the day wrong or just done it early, or just maybe they're desperate, I don't know. But it's all gone public today, so you can actually get some of this stuff for, it says 45% off here. I'm sure it's more like 50%. But yeah, check it out on Hornby's website. Massive reductions. I did notice when I clicked a link and was scrolling through, the price on the list before you click on a product is much lower than when you click on the product. So it was something like £120, I forget the exact price, but it was very low for the Turbo Motive with sound. Clicked on, it wasn't that cheap. So I don't know if it's more Hornby skullduggery or whether it's just an issue. Maybe it's showing the price without VAT. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they've fixed it by now. I don't know. But yeah, if you go and have a look, let me know what it's like, because this was a few hours ago. Digger Evans Model Railway says, not impressed with Hornby lately. It's been a mixed bag. It's been a mixed bag. I have to say my most recent Hornby experience, the APT, was fantastic. That made me think better things than I thought for a long time about Hornby, actually. It shows that, yeah, they are still capable of producing good models, even though this was a couple of years ago. You know, it's just reminded me that there are good Hornby models out there, and I got some more good Hornby models to review as well, which will be on the way soon. I'm not going to tell you. I was going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, what I'm going to do... Oh, goodness me, this might not be a good idea at all. I don't know how you're going to react to this, but I'm going to set up some more requests. And while I do, I've got a friend of mine waiting in the wings. His name's Michael. And just to pass the time, he's going to talk to you all a little bit about some of his favourite objects.
Whenever I feel sad, I just think about my favourite objects. Whenever I feel bad, I just think about my favourite things. La 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 la. Hi. My name is Michael, and welcome to my favourite objects. Today I will present to you 5 of the objects that matter most to me. Object number 1 is my stickle brick car. As you can see, it's very small, and I am taking pills so that I can be small enough to ride it to the shops to buy some livestock. Object number 2 is my starfish. I bought my starfish 10 years ago for £1 at a car boot sale. I was told by the lady that my starfish was an ornament, but as you can see, my starfish is real. And if you submerge it in water, it smells like the sea. I will now leave my starfish to soak up this water, and we'll smell it at the end. My next favourite object is my plastic trombone. And now I will play you a song. It's called When the Swallows Come Back to Capistrano. Thank you. My 4th favourite object is my calipers. I use my calipers to measure my index finger, which I am growing in order that I can better play the guitar. The latest grand total is 82 millimeters. My last favourite object for today is my family of mice. This family of mice started out as vermin, but I caught the mice, I stuffed the mice, and I dressed them up in pretty clothes so that they could join my household. And now we are going to test the scent of my £1 starfish. Whenever I feel sad, I just think about my favourite objects. Whenever I feel bad, I just think about my favourite things. La 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 la.
Well, moving swiftly on then. Oh, I seem to have become a little bit frozen in place. You just saw a weird freeze frame of my head frozen. Oh, there we go. Well, that's not the weirdest thing that's happened over the last 5 minutes, was it? Anyway, let's put that behind us, shall we? Don't know if Michael will be back on the show again after that. I didn't realise that he had quite that in store, so apologies for that. But yeah, we are back, and the purpose of the segment, oh, why is it fading like that? Ugh, goodness me. Was to set up the new trains. So, Michael, I thank you for making that possible. Anyway, how are we doing? I did get a bit distracted during that while I was reading some of the comments. Yes, David, oh, sorry, I thought you were saying he was hoping Out of Context was watching that. Maybe he will start himself up again after that. Maybe. Anyway, Louis, no, Michael is not my twin brother. I'm pleased to say we are not related. I found him wandering in the garden. That's where that footage was taken, actually. And I invited him inside. He had a big bag full of stuff. So I said, you know, I've got some time to fill on the live stream. Would you like to just talk about what you've got in the bag? And he did that. So that's what happened. Anyway, let's not dwell on Michael, because I'm sure he might be back one day if I find him in the garden again. But for now, we need to move on. Let me run some more trains for you, and hopefully this lot will be a little bit better. We've got quite a few Thomas and Friends requests in today, but not this first one. The first one comes from Samuel's Locos, who wanted to see a Hornby Star Class with a 1950s style Great Western train. So 1950s, that means BR coaches, so I've got some sort of Great Western region chocolate and creams there. Then I've got Percy on the middle line from, well, as Sideways 66779 wanted, the Hornby Percy with, again, Tidmouth Milk Wagons and the Queen Mary, and yeah, he's struggling. And then Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5 wanted to see James with the Royal Train. Let's try that again, shall we, Percy? Come on now. Percy's not happy. Come on, Percy. He's not improved. I think he just needs to warm up. Oh, he stopped again. Anyway, yeah, with a Royal Train. So I don't know if I've got any Royal coaches per se. So I've gone with my poshest coaches, and those are the LBSC Birdcage coaches. So let me try and get Percy back to life again. And while I do, hopefully you can watch some of the other engines and such. So let's get Percy resurrected if possible. He's going again now, but I'm sure once he gets going, if he can maintain running for about a minute, then he'll be okay. It's just literally I've not run him for ages. Come on, Percy, please don't stop behind the bookcase. There's the fairy lights, by the way, the nefarious fairy lights that mess me all up. Right, there we go. I think things are okay now. He's going quite fast. He's thundering along, but I thought that was probably for the best. Look at him go. Great. Right, let's have a look for that star class. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, looks good, that. Thank you very much. So that's for Samuel's Locos, Sideways 66779. And Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5. Nice stuff, thank you very much. Azuma, Michael will be an asset to your channel, especially in the lead up to April. Yes, I'm sure he will actually, yeah. I should actually, well, maybe I should forward his name to Mark Martinson. I think the two of them would get on rather well, I would imagine. And WS says, as Michael had too much Calpol. Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure it is Calpol that he's had too much of, but he's had too much of something, that's for sure. Like I say, I don't know if he'll be back again. Yeah, that's true, actually, Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5. Where is Kelly? I don't know. Kelly is... I don't know, I don't mean this in a nasty way, but she's a bit like a cartoon character, in that she has a lot of like cartoonish things happen to her that prevent her from coming to the streams, like power outages and someone snipped the cable to the internet service or something along those lines. I always get messages from her sort of explaining where she's been. Like, I don't know, it's just things happen to her that happen to no other people. So hopefully she's okay. Like, hopefully like a cartoon dog hasn't dropped a 10-ton weight on her head or something like that. I'm sure not, but this is Kelly. Anything is possible. So I don't know. I've not heard anything for a little while. I used to worry when I didn't hear from Kelly, but she always turns back up again. I'm sure she'll pop up any second now. I've said that, actually. I don't know. Alright, Percy's much happier now, which I'm glad to see. And we'll just catch up with James. There he is. Yeah, looking good. Thomas Man 09 says, good to see Percy. He's my favourite character. Oh, yeah, good choice. Yeah, I like Percy. I enjoy Percy's character, actually, because he's quite innocent, isn't he? He's not got a bad bone in his body, unlike James, who is a little bit, I don't want to say unlikable, because he's currently running a set of very expensive coaches, but you know what I mean. He's not as pure as Percy, I don't think. Where is he actually? Oh, here he is. Sorry, James, I didn't mean it personally. You look splendid. There we go. That'll win him over. Oh, Railway Robert says, this is my first stream of yours. Well, hopefully you didn't just see what happened a minute ago with Michael. Yeah, anyway. What do you do in streams? Well, all sorts of stuff. We talk. I want to do more sort of talking and chatting in this series. So if you want to send me stuff to talk about, if you want to request things to talk about, we can totally do that. I don't mean pay me to talk about things either. Not that kind of request. Just suggest stuff and we can discuss things like that. That's fine. Oh yeah, and I wrote down it was Joshua that was interested in the Batman Rebecca as well. So yeah, we'll have to see. It sounds like people would be interested in seeing Rebecca reviewed. So that is something I could probably look at. TFW Junction, this is something I've been puzzling over myself actually. He says, will you be buying the Dapol O-Gauge Class 66 when it releases from Dapol? Because I know I am. Again, is this something people would like to see? Because they did post that news update, didn't they, a little while ago about it. How they've had to put the price up a little bit, but it's still like an insanely complex model for the price that they're charging. So yeah, it's incredibly affordable, as is most of Dapol's O-Gauge. But of course this is a bit different because it's not just a pannier tank or a terrier or something small. I mean, it's a gosh darn Class 66, for goodness sake. So yeah, can't wait to see what it's like. I don't believe Dapol have ever done anything on that scale in O-Gauge before. I could be wrong. And maybe some of their Lionheart models have been pretty large. You know, they've done coaches and such. But loco-wise, most of it, at least from Dapol's own range, most of it's tank engines, small diesel shunters. Have they ever done a large diesel? As in, not a shunter? I can't... Well, I've never reviewed one. Maybe they did in past years, but I've never seen such a thing. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like, because obviously the other company that makes diesels like that is Heljan, and I think they're good from what I've heard, but they're very expensive. I mean, £500 is not a lot for one of their diesels, and this is cheaper than that. So yeah, and when the Heljan diesels, when the Heljan O-gauge diesels go in the sale, they're still farcically expensive. I was looking at them, I thought, you know, this is 50% off, and I'm still thinking that's way too much. Not because it is, you know, they are good prices when they're reduced, but for my kind of budget, no, not for me. Anyway, let's see how. Yeah, that's a good question actually, Azuma. Will the O-gauge 66 handle my curve? That's an unfortunate phrase. Well, hopefully it won't be handling my curve, but if you mean the track, which obviously you do, and I don't know why I decided to go down that route, then no, I don't think so. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. I've got debris on the track at the moment. We need to have the track inspection vehicle round, or maybe not have it round, because they'd probably shut me down if they saw that. No, I don't think so. No, that's it's like a, is it first radius? It's tight anyway, and it goes, you can't see it on any of my cameras, but there's two beams, like, no, there's a beam, and then there's the wall, and the track goes through there, and it comes around a curve like this into it. So anything with a large wheelbase, I can get away with the, can I get away with the wall well? I might be able to get away with the wall well, and the what's the other one? The turbot. But the auto coach, no. And the Class 66 is going to be like the size of the auto coach, isn't it? Or maybe a little smaller. So no, it won't go around the curve, so it'll have to stay on the straight. But I could review it. Technically, I could run it. I could test it up and down on the O-gauge track. If it is something people wanted to see, then yes, it could be done. Why do you put on that fake accent? Well, it wasn't me. People seem to suggest that this Michael chap was me. It was not me. Aidan, yeah, I saw your requests come through. I will get to all the requests. If they spill over into, well, if I can't fit them all into this stream, I'll do them next week. But yeah, they'll all be done. And Inquisitor Media, no, this is not pre-recorded, and me reading that out should prove as much. So hopefully that's got you convinced. Say Warwell 10 times quickly. It's like a vocal warm-up. All right, who said this? Billy Stanier. Any connection to the LMS and William? Maybe. Anyway, Warwell. Lost it a bit in the middle there. The Warwell's got a bit fuzzy. And now the word Warwell means nothing to me anymore. It's weird that, isn't it? Say a word too many times and it just becomes a noise. Okay, Radio Megastar. Yes, I saw you were asking for a shout out before the stream started, so glad I spotted that. Shout out to you, Radio Megastar. Hope you're having a nice stream. Yeah, there you go, Azuma, Mr. Warwell. Now, people, I don't know, I did about 3 Warwell reviews in the space of a month, and ever since then, a certain group of people have called me Mr. Warwell ever since. Oh, I don't know. Flying Scots 4472. I think I already gave James from Peterborough a shout out, but yeah, you know, I'm not rationing shout outs, so there you go. You can have another one. The stream, yeah, this stream was off the rails. You're right, it was. Anyway, I've got more trains to show you, so I'm gonna set up some more. And while you do, here's some of the requests that were sent in during the last stream. I apologise you've had to wait so long, and also by the channel members, my engineers. So here they go. Sorry. No, we got Michael walking. The weird fades come back on, and we've got Michael walking through the grass again. I thought, no, that wasn't a trick. I wasn't trying to foist Michael onto you all again. I just pressed the wrong button. Oh, good God. Okay, that's where the views are going to tank. Right, the requests. Right button this time, please. The first request comes from Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5, who wanted to see the Heljan Garrett double heading with the Hornby W1 in the grey. hauling one coach from each of the big four. So I've got an LMS coach, a Southern coach, Great Western coach, and an LNER coach, followed by a brake van. So thank you for that one, Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5. The next one comes from a 2020 Vision, who wanted to see a Scrambled Egg Express. So that consists of the egg vans and one gunpowder van at the back. Apparently that's there to scramble them. And of course a spicy peppercorn A1. So again, a very creative request there. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get to it, a 2020 Vision. So hopefully you're here and you can see that, the Scrambled Egg Express. And then we have Big Tomo. Nice to see you, Big Tomo. How's it going? Who wanted to see a Class 66 followed by the Accurascale Class 37, hauling a rake of chocolate and cream Mark 1s, which is a lovely idea. And I don't think I've double-headed these two Accurascale locos before, so I think that is a bit of a first for me. So there you have it, Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5, a 2020 Vision, and Big Tomo. Thank you very much for those awesome requests. Up next then we have a request from National Guard 5, which is very similar to the one from Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5, so I don't know, are they the same person? Maybe. They wanted to see the W1 pulling two coaches this time from each of the big four, so I've added an extra 4 to the end. They also wanted an LNER box van, a Presence wagon, a tree wagon, a brake van, and also Flying Scotsman double heading with the W1. So it's quite the large train. I don't normally run such big trains on request, but I thought, you know, you asked for it, why not do it? Thank you very much for that request, National Guard 5. Next, we have one from Kelly Ashford Trains. You'll see why I'm laughing. Kelly, you're trying to do me in, woman, I tell you. Right, so Kelly wanted to see the grey D1 with the grey Peckett, creating somewhat of a ghost train, I suppose. Then, with 7 egg vans behind and a gunpowder van and a grey toad van, she wanted to see the train run under the bookcase where smoke billows out. The gunpowder van then explodes and sends me screaming and hiding under the table. So it looks as though the train's going under the bookcase now. I sure can see the smoke. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Oh! Ooh! Ooh! And then finally we have Robert Osborne 6481, who wanted to see a double header between the Class 40 and 60. Unfortunately I had to send the Accurascale 60 back, so I've put a 68 on instead, and I've got them double heading with loads of Mark 1s and 3s, the LMS inspection saloon, and a Great Western brake coach. So thank you so much to Robert Osborne 6481, National Guard 5, and of course Kelly Ashford Trains. Up next we have a request from Al's Yard. Thank you very much, Al. And Al wanted to see the 812 by Bachmann hauling some LNWR coaches because those are the closest I have to Caledonian Railway livery. Now actually I do have some Caledonian coaches, but they're Triang and there's a lot of drag, and I think this 812 would probably struggle with those. So I think, yeah, the Genesis coaches are probably the best shout, even though I've only got 2 of them. So yeah, thanks for that, Al's Yard. Then we've got Mayo Hosco, who wanted to see a train carrying all the ingredients for mayonnaise. I've never asked Mayo what his obsession with mayonnaise is. Mayo, if you want to let us know, please do. But anyway, he wanted to see the grey 1361, the Hitachi Sentinel, some egg vans, the Tidmouth milk tankers, Bullman, I guess that's to make more milk or cream if they run out, and an LNER brake at the back. So Mayo Hosco, thank you very much for that. I have to say, you deserve full marks for creativity there. And then on the inside line we have Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5 again. Thank you so much to you for your support. And you wanted to see Smokey Joe teamed up with his ugly steampunk counterpart with a small freight train, so I've done that for you. So there we go. Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5, very odd combination, but I do like that. Al's Yard and also Mayo Hosco. Thank you for your requests. The next request comes from Diesel Elevators, who wanted to see as many American railway cars as I can, with the Alco RS11 and some other American diesels behind. So I apologise for not building a massive train for you here, Diesel Elevators, but obviously I've got a lot to get through today. I have put 3 diesels on for you, including the Alco RS11. So thanks for the American request. I think that's probably the only one of those I've done so far. So yeah, much appreciated. Thank you very much. Caleb Chan wanted to see the Beatles Tat Loco, and he wanted to see it with wagons crashing into the gunpowder van. So with that, for Caleb, I've put both of the engines on for you. Where is the gunpowder van? Oh, here it is. And then finally, we have a request from Chris Hart, who wanted to see Scotsman with the Oxford railgun and some gunpowder. So we've got that. Pushing my 3D printed gun, and that's so annoying because I actually did have some spares of the railguns, but just the other day I literally packed them into this year's Christmas mystery boxes, so I don't have any of those anymore. So instead I've set up one of the small Uncle Fredrickson's balancing military trains. I do have some of those, so hopefully that's close enough, Chris. Thank you so much for your request and support. Also, massive thank you to Caleb Chan and Diesel Elevators. And with that, let's go back live. Alright folks, thank you very much for those requests, nice work. Right, let's do some more shout outs because I've just seen some came through. Spencer James McKibben, hello, how are you doing today? I am doing excellently, thank you. I hope you are as well. Yeah, we've not seen Bullman for a little while, have we? So, yep, Thomas Man 09, nice to see him back. And Flymo Chairman 1 just dropped in, hello to you as well, hope you're doing well. What if Bill and Ben shunted Bullman with a railgun, says Alex, the Train Gaming. I wonder if Bill and Ben could do that. Yeah, together they probably could shift the railgun, but it's certainly it's certainly a heavy piece of rolling stock. Sorry, I saw a 2020 Vision saying getting a lot of mileage out of that effect. He means the explosion effect, of course. And yes, you're absolutely right. I don't know how many times this is that Kelly has asked me to get blown up. And she's not even here. I blew myself up and she's not even here in the chat. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what I can do about that, really. I mean, she pays good money and I've got the effect. So I guess every week I'll just die by the same gunpowder van, which somehow blows my head off every week. I don't know. Look, I just do it. I just do it. It's fine. God bless Sam. It's all right, Andy. I didn't really pass away due to the explosion. Keep up the good work. But yes, thank you, thank you. I realise you're probably being sincere now. Apologies. But yeah, thank you, Andy. Thank you, much appreciated. Hey Sam, what happened to your Pear Market Berkshire? And if you have it, could you please run it? Yeah, I still have it. It's hang on. There we go. Yeah, I still got it. It works fine. I'll go and grab the thing. Yep. I also need your help. I've just been trying to decide which request I think should win the prize. Well, not a prize, but which is the most creative. And it's very difficult. So let me know in the chat which of the requests that you've seen come through. It doesn't have to be one that's been run. Preferably one that was sent in today. Which one did you most enjoy? Which one did you think was the most creative? And any guidance you can give me would be awesome. But here you go. Here's Pear Market, the Berkshire. Does anybody know what this is famous for? Oh, obviously, that's a stupid question, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, this is the engine that the Polar Express was based on. Obviously, it was painted up a little differently, and it was it 1215? Sorry, 1225 was it? But yeah, it was a Berkshire like this. An absolutely mighty locomotive. It's interesting, isn't it? You know, if I was choosing an engine for the Polar Express, let's say I was making the film, would I have chosen this? You know, because we all think of the Polar Express and, you know, it is this, you know, this is what it looks like. But it could have been different, couldn't it? I mean, they could have gone with the British engine or something like that. You know, what if it was a Jones Goods or something like that? You know, it could have been different. Or what if it was a small tank engine or something? You know, that would have been crazy to see it flying along. But yeah, there is something a bit scary about the Polar Express, isn't there? I mean, it's got creepy undertones to it, and I suppose this engine is kind of a little bit scary looking too, isn't it? You know, you wouldn't mess with it. It's not like a little E2 or a pannier tank, you know. I don't know, there's something a bit sinister about it, isn't there? So yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting that they chose the Berkshire of all things as a kind of big, sort of dark, smoky monster. You know, it's interesting. I often think about things like that. A must-watch Christmas film, says the Stockton Flyer. Absolutely. It's I know Azuma knows this, but we watch it. We watch it every Christmas. Every Christmas. No, Azuma, I cannot show the Lionel Berkshire because I don't have it anymore. It was taken out of this house in a skip because it did my head in. I've got the bits of it, actually, the useful bits. The rest of it has gone out in a skip. Well, not a skip. I didn't get a skip for it. I just threw it in the bin. But I've got the motor and wheels and stuff like that, so that one day I may be able to use them to build something that isn't entirely naff. Maybe I won't, but we'll see. So yeah, you can't request that one, unfortunately. Anyway, let's do some wall of train. So if you want to have a picture up on the wall, you can see I've got literally probably 1,000 pictures. I got them all over this wall, right down to that end, and I got them behind where the camera is now as well. The wall's nearly full, so there's only room for, well, I'm making them smaller these days, so there's probably room for another 500 or so. Maybe not that many, maybe not. I reckon I could probably only fit 500 on the whole wall. I don't know, there's not that much space left, so if you want to send a picture in, take a picture, draw something, I don't know, Heritage Railways, your layout, anything like that. Sorry, there's a bit of something on one of them there. Send it to me, Sam'sTrains@outlook.com. I'll show it in a stream first, and then it will go up on the wall. So on that note, we have one from Ben H. Classic British engine there. I can't actually tell exactly what it is. Could be the Flying Scotsman, maybe. It's hard to tell, isn't it? It's a little bit in the dark, but a beautiful photo. I love the steam coming out of the drain cocks there. So that's beautiful. Thank you, Ben. Steve P sent in this one. I believe the largest engine here is O gauge. And then we've got, presumably, HO and N. So that's beautiful. It's a nice demonstration of the different scales, actually. So yeah, that's a really, I love cool stuff like this. So if you're thinking of sending something in, yeah, something visually interesting along these lines is what I'm looking for. Also, if you can find something unique like Stephen, so he's creating Stonehenge, and he's, I don't know, I think he might have 3D printed these. He did explain it, but they look like they're illuminated. It's like there's an LED in each of the rocks. I mean, that is going to be stunning. He sent me an email with this, and he was talking about incorporating it into a layout or whatever, so that is going to look stunning. Hopefully he'll show us the final result when it's done. And then this one comes from James J, who is 10 years old, and we've got a 153 there, so something a little bit more modern than the others. Much appreciated, James. Thank you very much for sending in this picture. That's much appreciated. Right. So with that, let's get some of these going. So Williamtown wanted to see a Cambrian Coast Express. Oh, hang on. No, we wanted to see a Manor with 6 coaches. I've sorted the coaches, but I need the Manor. So let me try and find that. We'll say the Acura scale one, because I've got that one to hand. And it's certainly a heavy boy, this one. So let's put that on and get that going. Okay, hopefully that'll be all right. Not tried this loco for a while. Yeah, it's going though. So yeah, that was Williamtown, who wants me to call it the Cambrian Coast Express. So there's that. Then we have ECD Railroad, who wanted to see the 812 with Donald and Douglas, and I've put a couple of Caledonian coaches on if you're interested in what those look like. I've only put on 2 though, because I'm sure this is going to go wrong. Donald and Douglas are very slow, and the 812 is extremely fast. And this is a Thomas and Friends takeover session, because Train Boy wanted to see Gordon and Scotsman hauling the Express. So here we go. There goes that. And I am going to now go through and thank everybody that has generously sent in a super chat. And if you have done, thank you ever so much, because it keeps this channel alive. And you know, I love this channel. It's been my life now for over 10 years. The fact that you guys personally make it possible for me to carry this on is the biggest gift I could ever receive. And, you know, it might only seem like a £5 or so at a time, but it does add up and it does make a huge, huge difference to me. So when I say thank you to these people, I seriously mean it. So we have William Town, thank you so much. Sideways 66779, thank you to you. Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5, ECD Railroad, Georgian Trains, Mega Train Lover, A2020 Vision, Train Boy, The Westerner, Captain Beer, should be an accent on there somewhere, I don't know where. Eggs Trains, Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5, George Botterini, how about the GG1? Oh yes, we'll have that going next time for you, George, thank you. David Mattox and Phantom66 Kempo. Glad to see the live streams are back. Looking forward to a Curoscales Class 60. Yes. Now that is a loco I can say is going to be good because obviously I was lucky enough to get to look at that sample and yeah, it's wonderful. And I was looking at a chart today of some of the heaviest locos. It is that Class 60 is going to be in the top 2 heaviest diesels. Yeah, the top 2 that I have on record. The top 2 are the Class 60 and, what was it, the Deltic. Yeah, so 2 Curoscale locos. Top 2 heaviest diesels I've got on record. So, unbelievable. Right, whose was the most creative then? Now that's tricky. Let's have a look. Backman Thomas, 2 box vans, 2 Tidmouth milk vans. That was nice. That was from Hendrick Motorsports Fan 5. I liked the Train Boy one actually. And Flying Scotsman and Gordon pulling the Express. So that one was pretty good. What else have we got? The 812 actually, yeah, ECD Railroads, that one was good. So that's a contender. That was to see the Donald and Douglas with the 812. That's new. I don't think I've done that before. I also liked Hendrick's Backman James pulling the Royal Train, because I do like a Royal Train. Oh, that's tricky. No, I think... What was the other one I read out? I think we'll go for the first one. Oh, I've lost it. Oh, hang on. Oh, the Westerner as well. Yeah, the Westerner chose the Hawthorne Leslie. Oh, yeah, the Timeline Train. That was the one I was trying to remember. Yeah, so... I think we'll go with that one then. Yep, the Westerner, I think yours was the most creative. So you wanted to see the Dapol Hawthorne Leslie as an old loco at the start of the timeline. Then with wagons of different eras going through the ages, ending up with the Dapol Class 66. 2 Dapol locos as well. So yeah, I like that one. So yeah, the Westerner, drop me an email. Let me know what your postage address is. And let me know which of the following you would like to own. Those are the wagons. Let me know which it is. Just tell me which one which one you want, what it says on the side. I'll know what you mean, and I'll get that off to you ASAP. And Jersey Bill, don't forget to hit the like button. How I do, Sam. Thank you, Jersey Bill. You know, I need to do more of that, don't I? I need to do more of the like, subscribe stuff because most of the people that watch my channel actually are not subscribed. It's crazy because I've got like 155,000 subscribers or whatever it is. But yeah, most of them. I think most of them, anyway, more than half, are not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed and you want to subscribe, feel free. It is free. And yeah, I don't like, you know, begging for subscribers because it doesn't really matter. But it is quite nice to see that number climb. So if you want to, yeah, feel free. Anyway, yeah, thank you everybody for your support. Next week, I've got some news. So news video coming out tomorrow. Oh my nose itching moment has been preserved forever. Let's reactivate it. At least I've figured out how to fix the freezing camera thing quickly now. Yeah, so alright, yeah, news video. Then I've got a video coming out all about Atlantics. That's an exciting one. And another Thomas review. People have been asking me for a very long time to do a certain review. And finally, I've gotten around to it. So yeah, this has been a Thomas focused stream, hasn't it? And next week there will be a Thomas focused video, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. And of course the next stream is going to be on Friday where I will be unboxing some wagons, so hopefully you'll enjoy seeing that. For now though, thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed this. Like I said, I've done less train running, more talking. Hopefully people enjoy that. If you've got any feedback at all for the streams, please pop it in the comments, not in the chat, because I'll lose the chat after this. But yeah, any feedback, anything you'd like to see done in the streams, anything you think I could do in the streams that would be practical and fun. I'm looking for suggestions. I don't want the streams to stagnate, so go for it. Let me know your ideas again in the comments, or email them to me. If you put them in the chat, they'll disappear in a second and I won't see them. Also, massive thank you to everyone who super chatted. If I didn't read yours out on the stream, I will get to it afterwards. I'll read them all afterwards, and then if there was a request, I'll do that next week in next week's stream, this time on next Friday. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Alright, cheers folks, you take care. Hey folks, thank you all very, very much for tuning in for another episode of Sam's Trains Live. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with another episode very, very soon, but in the meantime, please enjoy the videos that I'll be posting on my channel till then, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks again for your support, folks, and take care of yourselves.